Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Alyssa and I am on a journey to paying off over $200,000 in student loan debt. I'm also a part-time reseller to help me sort of obtain that goal and really just as a side hustle. So if you like budgeting content, planning content, reselling content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. So today we will be closing out our January 2022 budget. This is the full-size peony budget by Paycheck planner by the Budget Mom. I believe they're sold out of this one, maybe a little bit limited quantities left, but they do have a paint stripe one too. That's also really nice. So of course I'll have the Budget Mom linked below if you're interested in going to her website. She also has a ton of free resources. So January 2020, I will link the video of how I set this budget up as well as my mid-month check-in as well. But this is my calendar of when all of my bills are due. I use the bare bones budget worksheet to help track when everything is due. So we've already closed out the first 2 weeks, and then I went ahead and closed out, at least I put all the numbers in for January, this last 2 weeks here, just to make this video a little bit more streamlined. But as you can see, my rollover was exactly what I had anticipated because I close out this budget and then I create this budget. My paycheck, I already knew what it was. The only thing that was different in the income was I didn't end up using my sinking funds. And that's because my car insurance, I actually got my rate lowered and they ended up pushing the due date to February. So that'll be in a separate video, but I just wanted to sort of call that out here. Everything else was pretty on par except for Prime. That was $8 more expensive than I had anticipated, but all of my bills were pretty much what I expected. For grocery, I was way over budget with grocery. I got a few Amazon gift cards for Christmas, so I thought I would do the Amazon Fresh, but I realized their prices were actually more expensive than a lot of the grocery stores I normally go to, so I just couldn't use the gift card for that, so I ended up just spending more money on groceries. And then the first 2 weeks of January, we did really good with our groceries, but we also cleared out a lot of stuff and we had no meat, no vegetables. Our pantry was almost bare, so I did a lot of stocking up again, but that's okay. Eating out, pretty good. Gas and car, I did pay for parking downtown one day, so that's why this number is pretty inflated. It would be $24 less. Investments was pretty good. I wish it was higher, but that's okay since I spent more money in these other categories. And then fun and entertainment, I had a PayPal charge and I'm not sure where it came from, but it's $4, so I'll investigate that later. Pets were a lot more expensive this past 2 weeks. Miscellaneous, pretty on par, and holiday gifts. I had some colleagues help me move my office desk, and so I just sent them each a Starbucks gift card for $10 to say thank you. So really where I didn't put as much money as I would have liked is in my sinking funds. So I had planned to put a total of $350, but I waited until literally yesterday, today's February 1st, to basically take out my sinking funds, and I had spent more in these categories, which was not good for me, especially the grocery category. So I ended up only taking out $215 and I paid my savings first. So I paid myself first with the savings or the sinking funds. And then I put a little bit towards my MacBook, which I'm so excited. I feel like I'm halfway there at this point. So I would love to hurry this up because it takes forever nowadays to edit these YouTube videos. So I would love for it to just go a lot faster, and I'm an Apple gal, so I cannot wait for my new MacBook. My credit card, or my debt, excuse me. So Care Credit, I didn't end up putting any extra towards. And I'll mention that why at the end, but my Discover I did end up putting 75 towards, and that was because that's all that was really due. As you can see on this side, I didn't write this number in, but I put a vet bill, which was encompassed in the pets, and then I had a Walmart order pickup for grocery. It's incorporated in the grocery here, so this number minus this and this would equal 75, and so that's just what I paid off. So it's not that I didn't pay extra, it's just I paid off what was there minus the other expenses that I incorporated into their correct categories. And I can show you how I did that on my expense tracker here. Yeah, so this is for the past 2 weeks, and I do use the highlighter method. I love it. My highlighters are linked in my Amazon storefront in the description box below, as are a bunch of other supplies I use. But I just wrote on here, so like Walmart, I put it on my Discover credit card. The vet, I put it on my Discover credit card, but I counted it as the correct category, and then I just made one big payment, which it's not noted on here, but I think in the future I will note it somehow on here. I gotta figure that out, but it's really not important since everything is categorized specifically. And then at the end, I add everything up in terms of what color, color coordinated, and then my rollover is 460. If you noticed, my rollover here was actually 0, but in my bank account, I had 461 left. Where I messed up, I'm not sure. I guess it's good to have extra money left over than what you calculated, but yeah, I'm not sure where along the line I messed up, but that's okay. I mean, $4.61 extra. I will probably cash this out at the bank today and put it towards the 35-day penny savings challenge I did. I just found this on the internet, copy and pasted it onto a Word doc, and then zoomed in the image and then printed it off, so it wasn't super complex by any means. I'll link a couple of YouTube channels below who actually do have an Etsy store and have really cute designs, but this was free and I prefer free, so that's that. And okay, let's continue closing out the January budget. So these are just extra expense trackers. So I'm not really going to use the debt payment plan because I'm actually getting a pretty big bonus check in February, and the Discover and the Care credit will be completely knocked out. And then my student loans here, these are the amounts. There's no interest rate and there's no minimum payment right now. So I'm just not going to worry about doing all of this since I just have very minimal creditors due. I have a larger amount, but it's just not something I really care to focus on. But if you have a lot of debts, I would encourage you to focus on this piece. Assets and liabilities, I don't really fill out this page. I will off camera just for my own knowledge, but I'm not comfortable sharing kind of all of my assets right now, and my liabilities are just the debts right now. So there we go. So I filled out this in advance as well, so you can kind of see where my money went in terms of a breakdown. So my total monthly inflow was my starting balance, which was $151.10, plus my earned income, so my paycheck bonus commission was $4,313. I didn't have any other income, which would be like someone paying me back, or maybe if I found $20 on the ground, something like that. But I did use savings, especially in the first 2 weeks, so $2,467. So gave me a monthly total inflow of $6,931.10. So I have it all broken down here. So grocery pink is where I went over budget, and green is where I was under budget, or maybe there was, I didn't spend any money there. So grocery, rent, utilities, holiday, miscellaneous, and pets were the big budget spends this month and where I went over, which is expected since we just got a new puppy and things were just really crazy. Rent, we just had an issue with my boyfriend's bank, so I ended up covering him and he'll pay me back this month. And then grocery, I just didn't anticipate that the Amazon prices were going to be so expensive on groceries. So you can see all of this. If you want to focus in a little bit farther, you can just pause this video and see how I did this. But essentially the monthly budget. So I go back to my bills, everything here, and I sort of write down what I budgeted for them. And I do incorporate the bills into like these different categories depending on if they go to one of them or this budget category worksheet. That you can get this on the free resources guide from thebudgetmom.com. So monthly budget, this is what I actually spend. So you take the monthly budget minus the monthly spend, which gives you the difference. So the negative is the pink, the positive is the green, and then total percent of total monthly inflow. So you take the monthly spent and then you divide it by the total monthly inflow. And these instructions are actually always at the bottom here or at the very front of the budget workbook. Okay, so you can see that 35% of my income was spent on pets, which is absolutely insane. Debt was 10%, which is really awesome. And anything else? 24% was on rent, which, anticipating, and that's actually a pretty good number for me. So that is wonderful. And we're gonna do this sheet together. So where did my money go? So for the total monthly inflow, you write this number here. This year's or the new budget by Paycheck does a really nice job of making this clear of what you calculate in this versus this. So with care credit, the total I spent, or let's calculate, so total income, $6,931, monthly debt payoff. So let's go over here. Debt, how much did I spend? So $724.50. So let's calculate that together. So 724.5 divided by 6931.1. So you can do times 100. So 10.45%, which is pretty much what I had here. I'm gonna do 10.5% for easy numbers. And then we're gonna go to my expense trackers. So for the care credit, I think I only had one debt payment there. So $339 into care credit this month. And Discover, I might have to add this up since I had a few. So I had 151 plus 159 plus, I don't think there's any more for these 2 weeks. And I had one here, so 75.24, 385. And then if I add, perfect, okay. So then we're gonna take percent of category to debt. So we're going to take 339 and divide it by this number, divided by 724.5. So times 100 is 46.8%. And we'll do the same with the Discover card, divided by 724.5 equals times 100. So 53%, 0.2%, whatever. So that's great. I would love to pay off my care credit next month, and I think I'll be able to do that. And let's do the savings. So your savings, and this is all written down here. Actually, no, the total monthly income, I had to go to the very front of the book to make sure I understood, but it's your starting balance plus your earned income plus other income equals this number right here. So the total I put to savings was $605. So I have challenges, sinking funds, emergency funds, and my student loan. I have decided I'm creating a separate checking account to save for when my student loan comes due again. In case the government cancels anything, I don't want to overpay and be paying more than I need to. I don't think that will happen, but since there's zero interest, zero monthly payment, whatever's in that account, when the student loans come due again, I'll just make one massive payment to the principal. So challenges, let's go back to the first week. our first 2 weeks. We're gonna add the challenges, which is the 52 weeks and the 52 penny. So I only put 100. And then we're gonna go here, 52 weeks. So I put 99 plus 11. So I put 210. Emergency fund. I don't think I really put anything towards an emergency fund. This was actually the student loan down here, so we'll put 50, and there was nothing towards the emergency fund. Oh, sinking funds. How could I forget that? Okay, so sinking funds, car insurance, and the Super Bowl, 200 plus 40. I think that was it for this one. Okay, I'm gonna go here, and then I put just 105 plus 105, 345. Okay, so let's add 345 plus 210 plus 50, 605. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna take this number divided by this, 605 divided by 4464.1 equals 13.6%. Went towards savings, and then we're gonna take 210 divided by 605. Whoops. So we'll take these numbers and divide it by the total monthly savings. So 210 divided by 605, 34.7. Or take 345 divided by 605, 57%. This is obviously 0. 50 divided by 605 equals 8.3. Perfect. So that is how much I went towards savings and how much went towards debt this month. So if I combine both of these, 10.5 plus 13.6, so 24% of my income went towards debt and savings. Honestly, I'm pretty happy about that. Now, I don't have my numbers from December, so we'll do this next month when we close out February, but I just decided I'll skip this page this month. The meal plan, I did it for like 1 week. Since I used the Leverage Planner, which is much easier to meal plan on, it seems just repetitive to like copy it again in here, so I don't know how I'll use this page. I might just start doing it for my lunches or something, or I don't know what I'll do. But that is everything for closing out my January budget. I hope this was helpful. What surprised you about my budget, and what surprised you about your own budget when you closed it out? Would love for you guys to continue following this journey with me. Thank you so much for watching, and again, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.